Now, I know you saw the title and you're immediately thinking to yourself, there's no way this game killed WoW. I understand. Seriously, I do. And globally, this game is not going to put a dent in WoW. But this game has replaced World of Warcraft within China and therefore is being labeled the WoW killer. A couple months ago, I did a video on Tarisland. Tarisland is supposedly the WoW killer. And I don't use that term lightly. WoW, World of Warcraft, shut down or is in the process of shutting down within China. I went into detail in a dedicated video as to why that is. Now, Tarisland was announced to replace World of Warcraft. Tarisland was announced at least as a PC MMORPG and is now confirmed to also be releasing onto iOS and Android devices. I know it's gonna turn some of you off. I completely understand, but China, they are really, really pushing the cross-platform market, and a lot of their cross-platform titles are actually pretty good-looking games. They're just monetized really poorly and severely lacking in content. Now, immediately from looking at the landing page on their website, it is obvious that they took great inspiration from World of Warcraft. You literally, like, that's a night elf over there. Now, the reason we're talking about this today is because they now have an official website up. They have a dedicated trailer supposedly featuring gameplay and more information that was released onto their Discord. Before we go any further, I just want to take a moment here to thank all of our incredible patrons. You guys allow me to continue to play games like this for a living, and I can never truly repay that kindness. Also, if you're interested, I stream over on Twitch every single weekend. You should totally come on over and join me. Now, specifically concerning the classes, I recall that players were speculating that the classes were actually race and gender locked. So here is the Ranger, which is essentially the hunter, who looks to be a female elf. We then have the Paladin, who looks to be a blood elf. The Warrior, which looks to be a human. The Mage, which is a female blood elf. As you can see here, we cannot see multiple genders. They seem to be occupying a single gender. The human female as the priest. The Bard, which is I think that's a human male. The Barbarian fighter. So at present there are 7 classes. It looks like there are class archetypes, or there is the Holy Trinity, tank, DPS, healer. There are melee, ranged, and like even just looking at the graphical style for the character models, it looks and feels very much like World of Warcraft. I mean, you cannot think that it doesn't. You'd have to be blind. Now, I will go ahead and take a look at the trailer briefly, but according to Discord, the game is almost ready to begin beta testing. When is a playtest starting? We're still 1 to 2 months away from our playtest. Rest assured that when we're ready to announce it, we'll publish official communication with all details. This is supposedly a persistent and exciting world. They are claiming there will be absolutely no pay-to-win present. No pay-to-win present in a free-to-play, Chinese, cross-platform MMO. Are you fucking kidding me? That is the most blatant lie I have heard all week. This is going to be fully cross-platform compatible between PC and mobile devices. I'm not sure if it's going to be crafted for one specific platform in mind. If I'm being honest, Chinese games typically tend to develop games for mobile and then have a cheap-ass port on over to PC. It looks as though there's going to be a season pass present. They go on to elaborate on the dungeons, questing, graphical quality, but this FAQ is, I think, where the most important information lies. Which regions will be available in the global launch? We plan to launch Tarisland globally, everywhere around the world. So this was meant as China's response to World of Warcraft, and they are so proud of what they have achieved that they are releasing it outside of China. Well, you know, with the exception of certain special regions. There's supposedly a lot of personalized customization options such as skin color, hairstyles, hair color, blah, blah, blah. Oh, body shape, okay. There are going to be 20-player and 40-player raids in the future. a free trading system. I know a lot of MMOs recently, like Blue Protocol, don't have a functional trade system in place. That is to, as an example, combat bots that are trying to sell gold in-game. Future classes such as the Druid and the Warlock, because, you know, you couldn't have thought up 2 more original sounding class names. Instead, you just rip like 9 out of 10 of your classes from WoW. You can also sign up now on the official website. I didn't actually see that when I was on the website. Never mind, I'm blind. You can actually sign up right there. Now, they did supposedly release a trailer 5 days ago featuring actual in-game footage. This got 22,000 views in 5 days. That's actually kind of bad given this is supposedly the WoW killer. Man, the FPS for this game, though, is shit. You can see the FPS just drop when they're running around. Dude, you can't even optimize your trailer. You can't even optimize your game for your trailer. I mean, this actually, you know, like, if this wasn't a WoW rip, like a very evident, obvious WoW rip, this, I think, wouldn't look bad. That didn't actually look bad. But just because something doesn't look bad does not, you know, inherently make it good. It just means that it isn't not good. You know, again, their gameplay trailer does not feature any UI and can be completely pre-rendered. Who knows? Either way, this is coming out globally. This is going to be globally accessible in a test phase in the next month or 2, which is kind of exciting. I love trying out new MMOs. And while there is a very high likelihood this is going to be absolute horseshit, I do still believe that you should play a game, you should test a game before immediately labeling it as such. I mean, what are you gonna waste? A few hours of your time? Now, if Tarisland is not a game you're interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered on screen with 2 different videos that might be of more interest to you. One featuring every MMO releasing this month, the other featuring another MMO that actually launched into a test phase recently that MMORPG played that it might be of interest to you, maybe, if you're into cute anime games.